Board of Appeals of the Town of Chelmsford will hold a public hearing on Thursday, April 5th, 2018, at the Town Offices, 50 Billerica Road, room 204, to hear requests for special permits, variances, and other appeals. This meeting is being televised by Chelmsford Telemedia. Our first hearing is Mike DeSalvo from McGrath's, for the McGraths, 27 Beach Street. He's seeking a special permit under 195-8E2 to construct a 15 by 26 garage addition to an existing non-conforming structure, lot area and frontage that will exceed the 20% square feet of increase requirement. Someone here this evening for the McGraths?
Yes.
Your name and address for the record, please?
Is Mike DeSalvo, 44 Woodbine Street, Chelmsford.
And if we're gonna get the plan up here, we can take a look at it.
Is there anything above the garage?
No, sir.
So it's just a one-story storage up top?
Nope, no storage, just all unfinished on the inside, 5/8 drywall between the existing building and the garage.
It's a special permit, so we don't need any hardship.
And height, is it the same as the house?
It'd
Or
be the same as the house, ridge line, yep.
I have a few letters here, I think, regarding this application.
side setback?
Colleen, this is 36 Chestnut Hill
Oh,
Road,
jeepers, yeah, that was gonna be on tonight, but it has to be re-advertised, sorry.
so it's not, we're not gonna continue, okay. So I have a letter from the building department with no concerns, and I have a letter from engineering with no concerns. So that's good. Anyone have any further questions?
Driveway, where does that go?
What was that?
Where's the driveway?
Straight down towards Beach Street.
So where the 15 feet is, it's straight down from there?
Yeah, the 27 would be the border on it.
Yep.
Okay. And is there a side setback issue there?
Yeah. that's
'cause
what
I didn't see
that's
that in
what
that.
we're granting.
I didn't see that in the write-up.
It says the 20% square foot is what we're.
Yeah, that's what it's all there, that's all it's there for, is 20%.
I believe it's 12 off the side,
A
Yeah,
lot area
right.
in
or
front.
12.4.
No, I just didn't see it
Yep.
listed here
Oh, okay.
as one of the,
Good concerns.
yes. One of the non-conformances, or whatever.
Can we go back to that?
Yeah, the plan?
To the 12-foot floor mark, is
Yeah,
that
12
a
foot, yeah.
consideration there? We need to grant relief for that?
No, because you granted a special permit for the structure itself is already non-conforming.
But isn't that a further nonconformity?
Yeah, but the
Doesn't know.
bylaw doesn't break it
Specify.
down whether, I mean, I send them because it's a further non-conformity.
Okay, well,
So if it wasn't the 20%, then that would be, let's.
That would be an issue. If it
Yeah,
wasn't already
okay.
for the 20%.
Yeah, I'm just surprised it didn't have both, okay.
okay. Is there anyone here this evening who'd like to speak in favor or in opposition to this application? Seeing none?
Move to close the public hearing?
Second? Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
What's the issue with the frontage?
The existing lot is 112.50, so it's not really an issue that's changing. It's not,
Oh.
it's still not 150, so
Okay.
that's it. So it just exceeds the 20% barely, too. 300 more feet.
I'll make a motion to approve the plan as submitted.
Second.
Second by Steve. All in favor? Good luck with it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stop doing it.
Thank you very much. No problem. Good luck.
Yeah. I thought we'd have to do
It's RC anyway, it's 12 feet. It's RC.
It is.
Oh, it's RC?
It is, okay. So, even better, that's a better, that's a
Oh.
better,
That's a
that's
that's a
a
better.
better answer
that's
than
a
the
better-
other one.
That's
Yeah.
a better
Just
answer.
wanna mention.
Okay, we have a continued public hearing, 10 Independence Drive, Ronnet Hospitality. They're requesting a variance under 195-32A1 and 3, B1 and C. I'm not gonna read the rest of this. I think you've made some changes since our last meeting?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so maybe you can refresh where you got with that.
We reduced the size of sign number 2 from 142 square foot to 93 square foot.
And that's
That-
sign 2 there.
Sign 3. It's this sign which was on the eastern face of the building.
They didn't have anything there for that one when I went by.
It's this sign.
So that's been reduced?
That has been reduced to 92 square foot. That's the other picture.
I'm trying to,
The
I
picture
just
is not
heard
the-
sign
yeah.
2, so I pulled up sign 2.
That's the wrong picture, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. Why can't I keep this open?
This is the site plan.
Open all of them.
That one up when you went by?
No,
There was not one
Oh,
there
I
on the.
Because I drove around it and
I did too. I went all the way around, saw the guy working still out
That's
back.
not
though.
it either,
I
right?
just looked
front-
again
The
now.
same
I
one?
saw the front and the back. I didn't see
We
anything
did
else.
the banners just for the two,
Large,
the two
Facades.
architectural
On the
elements,
top.
yes. We didn't do the banner for the side of the building.
Okay.
That was just reduced in size altogether. Because we took photos from the street and we said that we could get the same effect with a smaller one, so.
right, by the time you're in the driveway, it's less
Yeah,
than.
you see it, so it doesn't, it didn't need to be that large.
You're not trying to bring in people from farther away.
Right,
No,
right.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, so we just dropped it to whatever the appropriate
Not it either.
box would fit.
It's about 50 square foot reduction, but, I mean, you couldn't go smaller than that because then it wouldn't have been visible from the Chelmsford Street.
Did everybody get a chance to see the photos and what the perspective? That's the side.
Yeah, when the banners were up today, wreaked a little havoc on you, I saw, but,
I think the wind got the better of one of the banners, I don't know.
yeah, it did, I think so. It was a windy day, that's for
When I
sure.
saw it, just now.
And if you could talk a little, is this sign 1?
This is sign number 2. This
Yeah,
is
so couldn't we-
number 2.
Just to-
Yeah, no,
right there.
I saw it come up on the
That
screen.
photo
sign
right
1.
there, that's sign number 2, yeah.
This one?
No, the one before.
Before.
The street sign.
I'm having a hard time, that
That
one.
one.
My finger.
You're just messing with us
Is
now,
it
Colin.
Touch screen, huh?
I don't have a
It's a
mouse.
touch screen?
This is sign number
Go back one.
Yeah.
3 or 4, they're saying.
Yes, one of each, one of them. I did not find them as large as I imagined when I looked at them. And I
That
think-
one, that one's 2.
That-
This is
that
number
one's-
2.
yeah.
That one went down by 50 odd square feet roughly.
Okay. And if we could speak to sign 1, which is the road sign?
The driveway sign, so we've decided to keep it not that, but just one the way it is right now and just modify that.
And you'll have Radisson and Holiday Inn
And on
Express
top
both.
of each other.
Honestly,
So
yeah.
we're gonna work that out between the brands and figure out how we can get that done.
That was really the one that caused the most concern, because
Yeah, so we decided to just drop it
everybody
all
has
together.
one street sign, and to start changing that is really
So we
difficult.
dropped it all together. So this is what the perspective look will look like, basically.
Yeah.
Exactly in the same spot.
The location doesn't change, the size of the island will not change.
The height won't change, just.
The height
the
will not
same,
change.
so.
The
I'm
width-
really glad you found a way to get 2 signs on there, because that was a concern to add a second freestanding sign.
Understood, yeah, no, and then we looked at
It's
the
a precedent
driveways
issue.
and the turning radius with the left turn, all that, and it got
Correct.
complicated,
I bet.
so.
There isn't a lot of room there anyways,
Yeah,
it's
it's a tight corner for the left turn, definitely.
We have had several meetings and discussions with the, with the abutter.
Yeah, they had some concerns
It's
on the
big
driveway as
concerns,
well,
sure.
so we said, let's just forget it, there's no need to.
So based on that, we.
Well, that's good to know. Any other questions from the board? I think you will be sitting on this, Jerry, if we decide to vote tonight on this, which I think it's very important to the group here that we decide what we're gonna do here.
If I may add just one more quick thing, that this kind of signage with this format and text size and overall size in terms of area and all that, if you notice around the state, I don't want to go too far, say around the country, it's not really uncommon. Such a structure, such franchise, they do have this kind of signs and in the same format, in the same manner, in the same text style, and so on and so forth, and size.
I had actually sent some photos, did you receive?
I have the PowerPoint thing you sent.
I'd send you some pictures from
Of other
Yeah.
hotels of the same,
Oh, that one I
Brand?
didn't, no, that one's not on here.
Okay, but I had sent that email.
But
You had said
it's on the ballot.
This was
no, it
on
was a
here.
few weeks back.
you had said you're gonna.
So I know
forward it to
there's a
all the
question
board
about
members.
where else is this displayed, and I pulled
Hmm.
together like 5 or 6 photos of the same brand in different towns, and where it was the same exact thing.
Yeah, it's a branding.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
got 100 of those.
Is that sign lit up at all or illuminated?
That will be lit, yeah,
Okay.
internally.
From
lit.
internal?
This is,
Okay.
this is the night. This is how you will see it at night.
That one, okay.
This is the night.
And the Radisson part's gonna be illuminated from within too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why
Can you
is,
back up the freestanding?
yeah,
If I can ask a question, what's the square footage now of the freestanding sign?
This was just sent to us
Stop.
today as a rendering, so we asked for it, but there were,
Well, if you exceed 40 square feet, you gotta come back, so you might wanna make a decision now. So this.
go for bigger, so you can go smaller.
40 square feet combined?
Yeah,
And
For
is it-
for
how does that work
freestanding.
with the duplication of a sign on each
it
side?
doesn't count.
Okay, so it's
So
one.
2 sides don't count,
Okay.
but that area right there, if it's more than 40 square feet, then it's a special permit from you guys.
Is it 40 square feet for Holiday Inn
Freestanding.
and 40 square feet for Radisson, or for the whole sign?
Thing. Together combined.
Even though Radisson is existing,
That's
we're
a-
changing out the
that's a new
structure,
sign.
right, so, we have to physically change the.
Would you consider the sign to begin at the white line below the Radisson, or would you consider the entire?
I'd probably take the black from below Radisson. So they gain a couple more inches there
Yeah.
between
yeah.
that white border.
I
It
mean,
has to do with counting the background colors
She
too,
didn't give
so.
us an approximate size, right, today?
No.
Yeah.
So the black from below Radisson to the top of Holiday Inn,
Yes.
that's,
Yeah.
just make a square encompassing everything, okay.
I mean, I don't know, it might be 40 square feet now, it might be, I don't know. Each
4 by
one might be
10,
5 by
so-
4, I don't know,
Yeah, 5 by 4.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking,
one
so you
could
don't
be
have to come
5 by
back.
Yeah,
4.
they didn't, they couldn't give us that, they haven't given us that, because they just put together this in the last few days and they weren't able to give us a size, so.
Well, we need to advertise anyway, right, if that were the case?
Not if you
I don't
approve-
know if,
If you approve
that's-
the size tonight, no, you don't have to.
Can you scale it in some fashion?
I mean, if,
it can be same size as existing Radisson.
Yeah, but the Radisson sign is only on the top, the bottom piece is just a metal, right, it's not a.
They
That's
have
what
the
doesn't count.
Can you
restaurant
pull up
sign
the
on
other
the
photo
bottom.
for the other monument sign?
Because it's only for the roadside and it can
No,
be
no,
seen.
I know, but I think they're asking a different question.
Yeah,
So,
they-
right now, right now, this is the part that you would have this
Feedback from
Right.
the
for
folks tonight.
consideration,
Right.
right? You're not really considering this, these panels. on
not the
bottom.
base of the sign, no.
No.
So I think if we said that Independence Grill is one sign, say that's the new Radisson part, and then the top part, which is the Radisson, would be the Express part, then that's probably big enough for what we need existing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But,
So
yeah, I understand what you're saying, but once you do a new sign, What it was existing doesn't matter anymore. You gotta conform to what the standards
You
are.
would have to
So
hold
even if,
each sign to
even if Radisson
20
was
square feet.
55 square feet
Oh, I understand,
existing,
Okay,
it's out the window now.
okay, I see what you're saying, okay.
But you would have a 4x5 section for the Radisson, a 4 foot by 5, and a 4 foot by 5 for the Holiday Inn Express as well.
Can you approve it such a way that it says it can remain the same square footage as it is today?
Do you know what the square
We
footage
can
is?
approve it by saying that you're gonna meet the requirements in the,
The board can grab.
or you have to give us what the dimensions are.
The board can grant a special permit up to 60 square feet. So if you want to grant that permit up to 60 square feet, then they would have to comply up to
The
60 square feet.
which would be
Just in
basically-
case
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
designed
So
over.
We wanted to get the sizes to it, just that our company we're working with, they couldn't, when we got the decision to do it on one monument, they just couldn't get it to us fast enough.
Right.
You
Well,
can
it's
do that.
understandable,
It's
we
right
just
in
don't
there.
want to have it come
No,
back
I
in.
understand.
You do it
I
up to
get that
60.
too, yeah.
No,
Just
so
like-
I'm
Just say, as
I'm
long as not
comfortable
to
with that,
exceed
if that's
60.
what everybody feels that's the right
So
answer.
it'd be 30 each, roughly.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it,
Yeah.
not to
that's probably
exceed
okay.
60.
I think even if it's 30, it should be
How about
fine.
you, Stacy?
Yeah, I think that should be okay.
For both of them,
Okay,
60
so
square
that'll,
special permit, yeah.
we're
And then
gonna
if it-
go
if
out
it's
into the
something
audience and
else,
see
then
what,
we'll come back, I don't know, whatever, so I think that'll
No,
be fine,
no, 60 is good.
So what happens if somebody else ends up on that? Is that sign?
you have to come back again.
They have to come.
It's just like with the Radisson now, they're on,
So
No,
if
this
somebody else,
same thing.
for some reason, if somebody else went in there and wanted to go on that sign, they'd have to come
Starts
back
all
because they're
over
over the square
again.
footage.
Yeah.
Right. Starts
But
all
So
over.
technically, they
it's
could
pretty
do,
it's gonna max out that sign.
they could do 50 feet and then have 10 feet left over if you wanted to do the Independence Grill or something.
They'd have to redo
As
it.
long as they don't exceed 60, no?
Now we're really digging.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's not what we're gonna do then.
Doesn't matter, because it's each one.
Right. I'm going to we'll look at this. Is there anyone in the audience this evening who'd like to speak in favor or against this application? Seeing none, do we feel comfortable closing the public hearing at this point? I'd take a motion for that.
Motion to close the public hearing?
Second by Charlie. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so
Who's not voting on this?
it will be Mark, because Mark didn't get the moan. We have 4 signs with basically 3 concerns. The street sign, if everyone is in agreement with this, would be 60 square feet. We can extend that with the special permit. They would have the right to do 60 square feet on both sides of that count as one. And if they choose to do the Holiday Inn Express above and Radisson below, the 2 combined could not exceed 60 square feet.
Aren't there 5 signs?
4, right,
I thought
John?
there was some like driveway.
No.
There's a driveway directional sign that was part of the package, that was
That's
just
right.
planned. That's
Yeah,
just to-
right.
They're
direct
under
people-
90 square foot each.
Just to direct people within the parking lot.
Right, these,
Yeah, there's that
they're on the
thing.
ground.
That's-
Yeah, you say they're 190 square feet now.
How big is that one?
The sign itself is 8.7 square foot.
Okay, I mean, I think they're important too. It's a big complex and you do need some,
Yes. And they're
Direction
only
on
at the 2 entrances, Independence and Alpine.
so
So
can
there's
we
supposed
take
to
a
be
straw
5, right?
poll on the street sign with a special permit for 60 feet?
I'm good with
Are there
that.
any concerns or opposition to that? Okay. That's sign 1. Sign 2 and,
Just for technical purposes, can you vote on that one? Because that's a special permit and the other ones are variances.
yeah, we
Right.
can do that then, okay. I need a motion for a special permit to approve sign number 1, the street sign, for 60 square feet.
I make a motion to approve that.
And a second?
I'll second that.
Nancy seconds. All in favor? Aye.
That's not to exceed, so they could come back at 58, there's not to exceed
Right.
60.
Right.
Exactly, maximum.
Just for clarity.
And I do understand the problem, and I do understand our laws are really not designed for a building as large as this. It's just not, I don't know how to fix it other than come to the board and it's case by case. But it's, it's acceptable to me that the sign now is as big as it's gonna be. You're dividing it. I really was worried about having 2 street signs. One, the passage is not that clear, but 2, it just gets so crowded, it starts to look a little tough. So looking at signs 2 and 3, are the front, or the 3 and 4, are the
3 and
front
4.
building, front and rear?
3 and 4 in front of it.
Front
He's the
and
one
And
that's
those are the
moving.
ones that are on the banners now, if you didn't
Right.
get a chance to look at them. Or their concerns there. And this is a variance.
I know.
Exceeding the, we really need to know how much we're exceeding that by. What was the square foot of the banners, and that is the exact size it's gonna be? Do you know the square foot of those?
Change.
Yes, the square foot of, the square foot of the sign is 173 square foot.
And that would also be front and rear,
Correct.
for 344 square feet, and they're allowed for a building sign 80?
Yes.
Anyone know what the Best Western is along 495?
100%.
What size that is?
I'm sorry?
The size of the Best Western sign along 495 that you can see?
I don't know, he may know. I can't recall off the top of my head.
Yeah, they
When
all-
you see
Best
from the
Western
highway,
sign?
that's pretty
Can you
big.
look up, I can look
It
up
is
the
pretty
email.
big, and that's
Yeah,
what I'm
I
trying
know
to.
what you're
I
talking about.
never even thought to look at that. That's a good note.
It just got replaced too, like 4 or 5 months ago. And there was replacing one that was there, I believe, right?
Yeah.
There was already a box there before. Just wanna find out.
That was a replace of the face only, the box itself was there from before.
Yeah.
They just changed the logo,
Okay.
but I don't recall the size off the
Yeah, plus,
top of my head.
you know, this building's kind of set back a lot further too, you know.
And the Best Western,
Yeah.
yeah. So do we have a motion on granting a variance for the 2 signs listed as 3 and 4 on the application, with a total of 344 square feet?
What is the hardship to go with that?
Visibility, I guess, would be the,
A sign variance has a different,
I don't think a sign variance has a, it can't have a lot topography hardship, is that the same definition?
Where's
No.
Paul Haverty?
Could I say
It's so
the,
expensive for that
could I
sign.
say the variance is because of the size of the building? Can we look at the sizes? Because I was noticing around town, at Highlights Hair Salon, which is right out here, they have 2 big signs on 2 sides, and it takes up a quarter of the side and front of the building. And if we took up a quarter on this building, it would be a sign that was enormous.
That's what I mean, that's just.
Whereas this percentage is relatively small.
And I don't think they're fairly, there's not a lot of these in town that are gonna
No,
be
right,
going on.
right.
you know?
Same thing in
And
the
by
bylaws.
having the appeal, you can discuss and decide if this is
Right.
suitable. And it really, to me, is you want them to do commerce, you want them to do it well. They do need to see it from the highway, that's the entire
Yeah.
point. And when you look at it, you don't say, oh my God, it's
No.
just
what
scale
height
to
is
the
the
building, in my opinion.
Scale to the building, correct.
Sign number 3 is only visible from the highway anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah, the one that's on 495 side.
Variances for property.
from the end, yeah.
It's not seen from any point from the
Right,
city.
from driving around, the only place you see the one in the rear is from 495.
495, yes.
Only, yeah.
And you are a fair distance away from 110
Getting
for the
spoiled
one in the
up
front
around.
facade. I don't,
That's correct.
I saw it and I didn't think it was all, anything I had concerns about it. It really fit the scale.
Things right.
That memory.
I think my only question is, what do we need to do to pass a variance for a sign?
Right, let's look and see if there's any kind of hint there.
Brian, since this hasn't come up before, which I'm kind of surprised, what's the hardship for a variance for a sign? I'll run the decision by Paul Haverty.
I'm not seeing anything in the bylaw.
No, the
Well, it
variance,
wouldn't
yeah.
be in the,
The only one the MGL's described, as you know, is land hardship, so this is a good question for him that I'll pass by. I mean, I think that what Charlie said kind of fits.
I think that we ought to approve it. I think that the need, if we're in agreement that this is not something that's detrimental to the town, that we'll use Charlie's definition of scale to define the size. And it would be a good idea to talk with Paul and get that clarity on whether it applies, which
I'll
is a
copy you on
possibility
it.
as well.
I'll write the decision and copy you on it when he reviews it and he changes anyways.
Perfect.
what happens if it doesn't apply? Then, is the decision then rescinded, or?
Well, no, I think it would have to go to land court? Would
No,
that,
no,
see,
no.
it's really
No,
a
you-
curious,
It's almost a discretion, it's a variance, because signs are standard, but I don't know what the definition, because hardship is land, topography, it's soil, signs are none of that.
we really can go with topography. It's pretty far from 110.
There you
Yeah,
go.
right, just
Yeah,
a
but you
setback, that's
can't-
what I was saying.
You can't, I mean, you're gonna do shape of the lot? I mean, you can't get involved in all that. I
Yeah,
say
don't
just make a
disagree.
decision.
And we'll-
It's been
we'll-
common practice in the town
To
to
do
grant sign variances, Stop and Shop, Market Basket.
Mhm.
It's not been challenged. If it happens to be challenged, that's why Paul's here.
Right.
I
So
mean,
we'll make a
I don't
decision.
have a real answer,
Yeah, yeah,
except, it's the first time it's ever really come up.
right.
how about practicality?
That doesn't apply
Common
in
sense.
government.
Doesn't apply in government,
Yeah.
right?
Don't say that too loud.
All right, well, I'm willing to accept a motion for a variance for signs that would equal 344 square feet, listed as 3 and 4 on the application.
That was very precise.
But I need someone to
I'd
make
make
that.
a
Should we do them all at once? Number two, what about number two?
Okay, do you want to do you
Yeah,
care?
the
about that?
variances you can clump.
Okay.
Yeah.
In addition, there's sign number 2, which has been reduced to, was it 84 square feet?
93?
83? So we're gonna grant a variance for building signage for 441 square feet, based on the scale of the building.
Okay, I'll go for it.
344, which is 172 twice, and 1 for 93. And we're also granting a variance for how many directional signs?
2.
2 directional signs, so, and those were 8 square feet. We'll go 9, because 8 point, right?
8.7.
8.7.
We'll go with 9, 2 for 9 square feet, so we're not splitting hairs here.
And they contain advertising.
And they contain advertising, the logo of the,
Logo.
right, right.
What was the number you gave before, Brian? 440?
441 square feet is the building signage.
Times 2.
18 is the, I mean, so we're getting a variance for the logo and for, because there are a lot of single directional signs, or is that out as well? Yeah, so 1
No,
9.
no. 2 directional signs, 5 square feet, no advertising.
9 square feet.
No, I'm just telling you what
5
the
each,
bylaw
right.
is.
5 is the max.
Oh, okay.
So they can have the
5,
2.
No advertisement.
We're granting a variance for the advertising, and we're granting a variance for 4 square feet per sign. It's almost 50%.
I'm ready.
All right, if you can remember all that, I'll give you my notes here.
Okay. Make a motion to approve the variance for signs 3 and 4, not to exceed 172 square feet per sign for a total of 344 square feet. Sign 2, not to exceed 93 square feet. And for 2 directional signs, not to exceed 9 square feet each, and the ability to contain the branding logo on said signs, directional signs.
Very good.
That's good.
All right.
I'll second
Well
that.
done. All in favor?
All right.
Unanimous?
Good luck with it.
That was good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna see you in a few weeks on Drum Hill as well?
When do you open?
I noticed the facade the other
Brown Hill
day.
is a little behind. We've got some stuff going on. It's gonna probably take later part of the summer.
We hit ledge.
We have some ledge we gotta worry about and some others.
What?
Ledge on Drum Hill?
So the banners have to come down, okay?
Yeah, we'll
temp
tell the
banners?
guys tomorrow, yeah.
morning. Yeah, the wind may get them tonight, but
I think you already got one side of the banner already like flapping.
Yeah,
I
what
don't
that's
drive
right,
in
it was-
495, so I didn't see the other side.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll get the guys on the lift to get it out tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We are also going to continue 61 Carlisle Street, 40B, till June 7th, 2018.
June, really? It said May 3rd here.
What are you talking about?
May 3rd for the,
61,
yeah,
yeah, May 3rd.
what did you read?
He said June 7th.
That's for the time to act.
Yeah, so
He's extending the
the-
time to act.
they're requesting that
April
they're going
5th,
to,
2018 hearing be continued and extended the time for the, extending the
Yeah.
time for the board to close the public hearing.
yeah,
So we will,
but May 3rd's the next time they're continuing to.
Yes, we'll
he's
keep-
asking for a continuance to June 7th, 2018 in this letter.
Oh, I don't see that letter.
hold on.
What's that?
This says May 3rd.
6 words, I'm not screwing it up too badly.
Nice.
Oh, I know that.
I haven't seen that. I can only read what's in red here. Yeah, no, it isn't. He's asking it to be continued and also extending the time. So,
To be continued, yeah, and
Request to
extended.
continuance.
Yeah, but not,
So
yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
well,
extending
and
the
here's-
time to June.
That's the formal letter, so
Yeah,
here
right, I saw
is, he'd like the availability May 3rd.
yeah, May
Yeah,
3rd.
yeah, that's how I
I
read it.
request to continue the hearing till May 3rd,
Yeah.
extending the continuance till June 7th, 2018. And I'll need a motion for that in a second.
We have more discretion. Motion to grant continuance?
Second.
Second by Steve. All in favor?
Sure.
Aye.
Aye. That's done.
Did anybody get a chance to look at minutes? I
Yeah.
know they were wicked late.
You guys here for anything in
I
particular?
can't remember that far back, so.
So just,
The TV's broken?
kind of what I was hoping.
Oh,
Absolutely welcome. I just wanted to make sure we weren't addressing something.
Ancient Natural Healing Therapy Project, 170 Concord Road.
They did not have to come.
Oh, okay.
When he applied with the application here, he submitted all his licenses, and Mark reviewed it and determined that he didn't need any sort of relief.
Oh, yeah? All right then, good stuff.
Minutes. Close.
Did I get a motion to adjourn? Oh, wait a
no,
minute.
no,
We
no,
need to
the
do
minutes, Brian.
Minutes.
Yes, since it was so long ago. Sorry.
Minutes, then close, please.
The minutes from 4 months ago, as
Yes.
much as I can remember, I'll
My food's getting cold.
make a motion to approve the minutes from
on TV tonight?
December
I don't
7th.
think so, I hope
No,
not.
it, are we?
Yes, we are on TV.
Yeah.
He announced
It
that
is
we were
being
televised.
televised by Chelmsford Telemedia.
Here we go.
Be a short-lived
What, for the
chairmanship.
continuation?
No, no,
So were there any corrections to the minutes? Anyone saw anything? to,
No, they look good.
Bud would find every comma, every
yeah,
period.
he
no,
was
just-
great.
Oh, Bud?
You're gonna
Are they
get-
always gonna
you're
be
gonna
like
get
a
the
few
rest
months
of 'em.
behind, is that normal?
No,
or-
no, I'm really behind.
Oh, okay.
They're actually getting a lot of heat.
Legally
to
behind at this
get that
point.
word
Yeah,
below,
that's the
so
tough
we're gonna
part. It's
try
tough to remember. All you can do is kinda.
Well, that's
So
why I
seeing
have the
none, can I have a
videos
motion to
now.
approve the
Oh, I
minutes
know.
of December
Right,
7th,
you- so we go
1942?
more
I
by
just
you.
made that motion, Brian, and you were
Motion, do I have a
talking.
second?
I'll second.
Second.
All in favor?
Yep.
Nancy beat him out for the second.
Thank you, now you can adjourn.
Down.
Can I have a motion to
I'll make
adjourn?
a motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Yeah.
I think that was the quickest meeting outside
Look
of
at
those.
that, 34 minutes.
We were going for it. We were going for it.